The Kuwait National Development Plan sets the nation's long-term development priorities. It's organized around 7 pillars or areas of focus for investment and improvement. Living environment. Ensure the availability of living accommodation through environmentally sound resources and tactics. AL-shaheed Park, a landscape innovation in Kuwait, opened in March 3, 2015, has been in the spotlight of the media due to its innovative concept and design. It has become one of the main major works of urban development in the region. Its architect is Ricardo Camacho of Portuguese origin, who has carried out through his work the reconstruction of an old park developed in the 60s as part of the city's green belt. The park represents nowadays an ecological haven for Kuwait's population. It helps to reduce pollution and to protect the city against sandstorms. Its plant's capacity to survive in weather as harsh as Kuwait's makes it an example of environmental development. The park has 2 museums, the Habitat Museum, which gathers environmental data about Kuwait, flora and fauna weather, and the Remembrance Museum, which offers a review of Kuwait's battles and the First Gulf War. There's also a monument to the Constitution, erected to commemorate its 50th anniversary, a visitor center, an underground car park, a 1,200-meter squared lake that contribute to the park's irrigation, and an aviary. It also opens its gates to the public at night, which allows to see its singular illumination that contrasts with the colorful city skyline. The park holds the celebration of national events and holidays, part of a political and social project developed by the Amiri Diwan office, whose goal is to encourage the population's presence in public spaces. The park is an area of relaxation open to the whole family, where environmental sustainability, leisure, and culture coexist.
AL-shaheed Park is the largest park in Kuwait City. The garden features is a large green spaces and a range of fountains in the center of the garden. And as social media responses towards AL-shaheed Park, please let's read together up on the screen. Sarah said AL-shaheed Park is one of the most beautiful landmarks in Kuwait. Encourage the people to walk in this beautiful atmosphere. And Dalal said here, the AL-shaheed Park with beautiful fountains and the design of wonderful spaces is worth the visit. The people shared a lot of poems and songs under the beautiful pictures and videos, which contains the beauty of the park, and they said it's one of the most beautiful projects established in Kuwait. And here is some of the reviews regarding AL-shaheed Park. Amazing place to walk, and it's also have a beautiful museum. An amazing park in the heart of Kuwait City, where you can enjoy a light meal or a coffee. Then enjoy the museum inside it, which tells you about the history of animals and plants in Kuwait. To learn more about the park and its effectiveness, please visit their website www.alshaheedpark.com and their accounts in Twitter and Instagram on the screen.
As part of Ligrain Cultural Festival, Kuwait Translation Association held a seminar in Abdulaziz Hussein Cultural Center with the presence of many academics and translators. The seminar started with a speech for Professor Tariq Fakhruddin about the role of the translator in the society as a thoughts and knowledge bridge,
which aims at improving the quality of translation market and atmosphere in Kuwait by giving awareness campaigns on that issue and by organizing seminars, by giving public speeches and anything that would help the public and the officials to realize the importance of translation. Many people, throughout my experience in this field, have the feel that they are trapped with translation services which are not up to the mark, but they don't know where to go.
Tonight we discussed not only the formation of Kuwaiti Translators and Interpreters Society, but we also discussed the problems of translation, the issues that translators in Kuwait face when they translate. We have basically two sessions. The first session is about the problem of translation in Kuwait, the issues and the solutions, and they were discussed by three different presenters. Most of the problems they discussed were about terminology, cultural issues, and issues they face with the text, so basically textual and stylistic issues. The second session will discuss English as a global language, so they will bring to mind the fact that English is dominating the world when it comes to master dominance as a language, as a global language, as the language of the world, a unified language.
My paper was about the sufferings and the past, or whatever the experience of a Kuwaiti translator. I used to work at the Ministry of Information all the time until I got retired. What was missing was the training courses. It was really something missed at the ministry as a whole. And what I did was on an individual effort. It wasn't. I didn't have establishment or a government supporting me. It was me alone. It's just like any other Kuwaiti translator who needs to have someone supporting and encouraging. We need the private sector and the government sector to just to encourage and support the Kuwaiti translator, because the translators and interpreters are very important people, and they are actually they are essential for the development, whether it's economic, social, or whatever.
The session covered many topics, including the future of the Kuwaiti translator, legal relations translation, and translation in the world of finance and business.